6 p.m. here in Douala, time for the prime time edition of the news. We begin with the headlines. Travelers stranded along the Garua-Bulai-Magagang highway for hours as transporters grounded their trucks and vehicles in protest. Cause of the incident is the abuse of power by a uniformed officer who slapped a truck driver for refusing to give bribe. Authorities descended on the scene to calm tensions as the situation fast became out of hand. And in Douala, work resumes on the stretch of road linking Terminus Saint-Michel and CCC in Douala 3 subdivision. A project that has gone well beyond schedule is said to have been interrupted by heavy rains and post-election crisis. Plus other stories when we come back for a full newscast in a moment. Stay with us. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this edition of the news here on DBS Television this Thursday. It is the 4th day of December 2025 with me, MAHNGEH VErnasius. We begin the news in this story coming in from Megangang, that is in Adamawa region. It was a tense atmosphere this morning when circulation was interrupted for hours along the Garua-Bulai-Megangang highway. Exactly at the entrance to Megangang, information gathered says transporters block circulation because a uniformed officer assaulted one of the drivers who refused to give bribes, as is always the case. After slapping the driver, his colleagues grounded their vehicles in protest, blocking the road for hours. Their aim was to alert the authorities on such abuse of power by uniformed officers. Travelers along that stretch of road were stranded from early hours of the day till about midday. The situation that was fast degenerating to something else brought the authorities to the scene, the divisional officer of Megangang subdivision and the Lamido of the area. The immediate solution arrived at was the destruction of that checkpoint by forces of law and order that quickly calmed flaring tensions. At the time of this report, we are yet to ascertain that the situation has returned to normal as passengers are still stranded and circulation is not yet effective. We will be updating you as the situation unfolds at that Megangang locality. We come back to issues concerning politics with the regional election results officially released across the 10 regions of Cameroon. The ruling CPDM party is said to have won a majority of seats across the country. It is another 5 years for the party to ensure stability, continuity, and a further consolidation of central authority, as well as the ensured details of that report.
5 years after its last regional electoral test, the Cameroon People's Democratic Movement, the CPDM, has reaffirmed its political dominance with a sweeping victory across all 10 regions in the recent regional elections. The ruling party secured an overwhelming majority of seats, tightening its grip on local governance structures and confirming its status as the undisputed heavyweight of Cameroonian politics. Had the opposition succeeded in wresting control of even a few regions, the outcome might have reshaped the political landscape, opening the door to greater pluralism. Instead, the CPDM's triumph set the stage for another half-decade marked by stability, continuity, and a further consolidation of central authority. With this mandate, the party will once again play a decisive role in steering the pace and direction of decentralization, a process meant to rebalance power between the central government and regional institutions. As expectations rise, the public looks to regional leaders, most of whom now operate under the CPDM banner, to represent Cameroon's diverse ethnic and linguistic communities with fairness and credibility. Their ability to mediate local tensions, manage community disputes, and channel regional concerns into national dialogue will be a critical test of the decentralization project's authenticity. Beyond governance, the political implications of this landslide are unmistakable. The CPDM's near total control of regional councils offers a preview of the power dynamics likely to shape future electoral contests. For opposition parties, this result is a stark reminder of the widening gap they must bridge if they hope to challenge the ruling party's entrenched influence. For now, the CPDM stands strengthened, poised to shape regional administration and national politics with renewed authority over the next 5 years.
And we remain with that issues concerning governance. The Minister of Territorial Administration, Paul Atanganji, has urgently requested proposals to redraw Cameroon's administrative map, potentially leading to the creation of new divisions and subdivisions across Cameroon. In a communique dated 2nd of December 2025, Minister Paul Atanganji directed governors to promptly submit suggestions based on factors such as a population, land size, economic activities, distance from existing centers, and available infrastructure. Let's have a look of that communique with Rugiatu Buba once more.
In a communique labeled very urgent and dated December 2nd, 2025, the Ministry of Territorial Administration has embarked on a significant initiative to revise and modernize Cameroon's administrative map, signaling the potential establishment of new divisions and subdivisions. Minister Paul Atanganji called upon regional governors to swiftly compile thorough proposals that identify possible new administrative units and clearly define their boundaries. This move underscores the government's approach to adapting to the evolving needs of the country, ensuring that governance structures reflect demographic and economic changes across various regions. The directive of Minad Boss also highlights the urgency and importance of the task setting a clear framework for regional leaders to engage with their communities in envisioning the new administrative landscape. According to the communique, the proposal must adhere to several critical criteria, including the evaluation of population size, which ensures that any new administrative unit addresses the needs of the local community. Additionally, land area will be considered to facilitate effective resource management. Economic and socio-cultural activities are crucial in shaping the identities of these regions, and proposals must assess distance from existing administrative centers to promote accessibility. The analysis of infrastructure availability will determine the operational viability of new divisions, ensuring that state services can be promptly deployed. This initiative, according to local sources, aims to improve the efficiency of governance, reinforce territorial control, and bring public administration closer to local communities. This is vital in regions experiencing demographic shifts, economic growth, or facing security challenges, as localized governance can better address specific needs and circumstances. If this reorganization is implemented, it could represent one of the most substantial territorial restructurings in the country. By decentralizing administrative responsibilities, the government aims to enhance engagement with citizens and ultimately improve the quality of life for all Cameroonians.
And here in Douala, work has resumed on the Boulevard des Nations Unies, a stretch of road linking Terminus Saint-Michel to CCC in Douala 3 municipality. After months of delay caused by heavy rains and post-election tensions, the crew is back on the site, promising to deliver the project by the end of the month of December 2025. The VErnasius revisited this project site and compiled this report.
The stretch of road linking Terminus roundabout to Rompong CCC, known as the Boulevard des Nations Unies, is set to be completed after months of delay.
As you can see here in UCB, work has just restarted. As it is concerned the route of UCB, you can see for yourself there are workers, they have begun the work, and I believe this time around they will do better and everything will be okay. Started back. I believe any moment from now the work will be complete.
The rehabilitation work, which began earlier this year, was temporarily abandoned due to adverse weather conditions and post-electoral tensions, but has now resumed.
Bon, moi je vois que actuellement les travaux étaient un peu en arrêt. Bon, on a redémarré, comme vous avez vu, on a redémarré, mais on va pousser un peu pour qu'on puisse un peu partir un peu plus en avant. Oui, ça un peu.
L'abondance des pluies, nous étions en pleine saison pluvieuse.
Roads and water don't go well together. That's why we had temporarily suspended operations until conditions improved. The post-electoral period also contributed to the delay.
Nous avons eu beaucoup de tensions.
This area was one of the hotspots to protect it. With current rainfall levels being more manageable, rehabilitation work has resumed. Officials are confident that with the renewed momentum, the project will be completed by the end of December. Engines are now on the ground and every effort is being made to ensure the work is finished before the year comes to a close. The completion of the Boulevard des Nations Unies stretch of road is expected to ease circulation and improve transportation in this key semi-urban corridor.
Away from that, we talk other issues. CEMAC Cross-Border Vehicle Insurance Service, the CATHOS, now has a new headquarters in Douala. The building is expected to streamline vehicles, circulation and speed up the settlement of accident claims across the Central African sub-region. Ashley Johnson was part of the inauguration of this headquarters in Douala yesterday and compiled this report for the news.
The new 2 billion CFA franc headquarters was inaugurated on Wednesday, December 3, 2025 by Cameroon's Minister of Finance, Louis-Paul Motazé, alongside regional officials and leaders from the insurance sector. The CATHOS is an internationally recognized motor liability insurance certificate, allowing a vehicle insured in one CEMAC member state to travel across all 6 countries without additional coverage. It plays a central role in facilitating cross-border transport, trade, and the rapid settlement of accident claims. At the ceremony, artistic performances preceded the symbolic ribbon curtain. The minister and his delegation toured the building, inspecting its design and construction quality. Our member states are on a lookout. They are proud of their contribution to the free movement of people and property. They will continue to support within the framework of the community, economic integration, normative harmonization, and the protection of the population. The headquarters built to international standards on a 2,400 square.
The rising nature of violence within school milieu has been a cause of concern in which parents appear to have abdicated their role of bringing up their children.
There is something else that is teaching them violence. Maybe parents are violating this peace by fighting before their children. So we denounce violence in families, because when children are violent, it means that if back home something is happening. So we are sending this message back to the parents to be careful.
That is the concern of Jove School, a concept aimed at combating violence within school milieu.
Our objective is to fight against all the violence in the school in the Cameroon. We need a peace.
A Eucharistic celebration to that effect took place at Saint Michel Catholic College in Douala 3 municipality, attended by students from nearby colleges, representatives of the administration, and the youth chaplain of the Archdiocese of Douala, Wednesday, the 3rd of December 2025. In his preaching, the main celebrant highlighted the importance of peace and non-violence within the school milieu, calling on these young people to be artisans of peace.
Nous avons invité les élèves à travailler en faveur de la paix et de l'harmonie au sein de l'établissement.
At the period the society is witnessing such increasing violence, it is necessary that these young people be schooled on the values of peace and non-violence, a message that has not fallen on barren ground.
J'ai retenu que nous devons éviter la violence en milieu scolaire et que nous devons suivre les lois divines afin d'éviter tous ces fléaux car c'est un vice qui influence la jeunesse de nos jours.
Jovi School, deciding to tackle the evil from school milieu, would have targeted the real enemy of peace in our society.
And we hope that these students will become actors and leaders to lead the process in their various schools. In other issues, December 4th is set aside annually as World Bank Day to emphasize the important role of a global banking system, including institutions like the World Bank, in promoting sustainable development and enhancing living standards globally. In the following report, Ruguyatu Buba met some Cameroonians within the city of Douala, finding out from them how and what they do with their money when it comes to keeping it. This is what she has for the news.
World Bank Day, celebrated on December 4th annually, highlights the important role of financial institutions in driving economy. In Cameroon, for instance, attitude towards banking and makes some acknowledge the benefits of saving accounts for security and earning interest.
Oui, c'est très important d'avoir un compte bancaire puisque
It is important to have a bank account because generally bank accounts help you have an added value with a bank account, and when it comes to end of year, 0.5% is added to your account. It's important. It doesn't just help you to have an added value, but also permits you to economize. Many prefer keeping money at home due to trust issues with banks, cultural practices that emphasize self-reliance, and limited access to banking facilities in rural areas.
Moi, je garde par exemple dans la banque. Bon, à l'époque, moi j'avais un compte bancaire dans un.
I don't keep money in the bank nowadays, but before I was doing that because I had the means, but now with the little I earned, I can't. Informal saving methods such as Njangi are popular as they foster community solidarity where individuals pool resources and lend to one another. Although Njangi serves as a valuable community financing mechanism, it is not a formal bank. Interviews reveal that while some recognize the utility of traditional banking for larger transactions, others value the immediate accessibility and safety of home savings. I have never thought of opening a bank account, all because I don't know if they will dupe me. I prefer using my local mobile money accounts. This year's theme, Empowering Sustainable Development through Finance, underscores trust, innovation and ethical leadership as the foundations of a future-ready banking sector.
Now let's come back to the World Day of People Living with Disabilities. This was observed in Garoua, that is in the north region of Cameroon, with a celebration of inclusion, ability and resilience across sports and community activities. The event highlighted the extraordinary talent of athletes with disabilities, as you tell us, Ashley Johnson.
At the Alliance Française Multi-Sport Complex, sport became a universal language, bringing people together and showcasing the skills of those living with disabilities.
Ce terrain pour permettre à ce type de citoyens de pouvoir
We've designed this space to allow this type of citizens to express themselves as much as they can. And since the day is dedicated to people living with disabilities, we ask them to come and enjoy the facilities as they've been doing so that we can celebrate together. The event featured goalball, para-table tennis, and wheelchair basketball, with participants demonstrating impressive technical mastery, energy, and determination.
La mobilité réduite n'empêche pas de faire.
Living with a disability doesn't prevent you from doing anything. It's in people's minds, and at the same time is a society that pushes people to feel weaker than others. The ceremony was attended by regional representatives from the Ministries of Social Affairs, Sport and Physical Education, signaling institutional support for initiatives that foster inclusion and social participation. The day was more than a sporting display. It was a moment of exchange, learning and recognition as the athletes proved that disability does not define ability. The audience cheered as athletes overcame challenges with courage and passion. The celebration sent a strong message That difference is not a limitation, but an opportunity to reveal hidden strength. Well, as a person with a disability, it reminds us of a lot of sad things, but with the activities, we are very happy. I'm deeply touched, and personally, I tell myself that I'm not a person with a disability. Why? Because I can participate in all different sport disciplines just like anyone else. So for me, the disability isn't in my head. I'm not a person with a disability. I'm just like everyone else. In Gara, it wasn't difference that was celebrated, but courage, skill, and the shared humanity that unites us all.
We are within the month of December, and in the month of December, we talk about raising awareness concerning HIV and AIDS in Cameroon's East region, where HIV and AIDS remains one of the most pressing health challenge. Young people are intensifying awareness and screening campaigns to help drive the area towards the 2030 target of 0 new HIV infection. We have details of that story with Rachel Ndifogang.
The fight against HIV/AIDS remains a major public health priority in Cameroon, particularly in the East region, where efforts continue to intensify. According to 2018 data, the East region ranks the second most affected area in Cameroon with an HIV/AIDS prevalence rate of 7.9%. It is to reverse this trend that young people carry out daily actions across the territory of the rising sun.
Père éducateur, ce que nous faisons sur le terrain, c'est la sensibilisation, le dépistage volontaire et puis la promotion des préservatifs féminins et masculins pour lutter de manière efficace contre le VIH et les IST.
Thanks to these various campaigns, thousands of people have been made aware and tested in order to reduce the HIV/AIDS prevalence rate. Statistics from the East region show a seropositivity rate of 1.4%. The East region thus reaffirms its determination to achieve 0 new infections by 2030 through awareness campaigns and free screening. These continuous and coordinated efforts highlight the region's unwavering commitment to protecting communities and ensuring a healthier future for generations to come.
And with that report from the East region, we draw the curtains for this Thursday's